right, good evening. Welcome back. Show number 2. The other night was a really good time for me. It sounded like from all the comments that you guys really enjoyed that set. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and listen. I've never had to spend 45 minutes on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, just responding to comments and talking to people. So I really can't thank you enough for the response, and it's refreshing to feel connected for a little while with all of you. We had a pretty nice day in Iowa, finally getting up into the 60s around here. Had some sunshine, got to get out and get a lot of fresh air. I'm not sure what it might have been like in your area, but if the weather was decent, I hope you got a chance to get out and do the same. It definitely helps given the current circumstances. So I want to start this off tonight. A song from a record called Tracks on Fire that came out in 2014. And I wrote this actually way before that. This is something that I actually wrote in my little apartment in Los Angeles when I lived out there. Would have been probably somewhere like 2005. And I watched a movie that my dad's always been a real big fan of called American Graffiti, which is one of George Lucas's first films. And it definitely captures a time in America that was before I was around, that I really wish I could have been a part of, or at least gotten a chance to experience. It's a much simpler time, in relation to where we are at this exact moment. It was a time when people were outside a lot more and around each other, out on the street, and hanging out, talking to each other. So again, given the circumstances, I thought this might be a good one to kick things off with. It's called Years Ago. Well, the pink slips were passed as the egos were cashed round the town. The boys became kings in the dark, wearing smoking rubber crowns. The girls just wanted a ride. Little of that fuel-injected pride, to be in his arms on leather seats, feeling the cool wind beat the heat in the circuit's neon glow. That was years ago. That was years ago. But the milkshakes have molded along with the old greasy fries. The circuit is hurt and lined with burned, faded signs. On Main Street, the stores are closed, as if they haven't already been sold. The Wolfman Jack's ghost leans against a lamppost, holding a broken radio. From those years ago. From those years ago. alive, and the wild overdrive still screams. The new riders wait at the line, their engines ready to roar at any time. Their lips in a curl, dreaming about racing the world, dying for a chance to explode. But just like years ago, just like years ago, just like years ago, just like years ago. So it was one morning when I woke up, and I'd been thinking about this famous philosophical question that if a tree falls down in the forest and nobody's around, does it make any sound? And as a musician, songwriter in 2000, whatever year it was when I wrote this, you could go on to a certain website called Spotify and see a little phrase on there that says, listen to this song and 40 million others just like it. So that is the proverbial forest that you knock your tree down in and you hope somebody hears you amongst. And we live in a forest like that these days, where there's a lot of stuff happening and a lot of people talking. And it's hard to listen to it all. And I got this phrase that flashed through my head. If the world only knew. And I had a melody that came with it, and I picked up my guitar and I got the chorus of this song written, and then over the next few days I finished the whole thing. But I suppose at the end of the day, this is one for being heard amongst the noise. It's called If the World Only Knew. Now what good is a song if nobody hears it? And what good is a heart that only beats alone? As for conversation, is it just for the spirit? 'Cause anymore I think we'd rather hide in a phone. If the world only knew, we might not have missed it. If the world only knew, if the world only knew, we might have existed. The world only knew. And the neighborhood is quiet, except for the trash man. Only the sound of the kids playing in the street. The sun is moving fast, like an egg across a hot pan. I keep getting this feeling I got someone to meet. If the world only knew, we might not have missed it. If the world only knew, if the world only knew, we might have existed. slow, the transmission slow, coming through on a whole new kind of radio that's been on demand, blown attention spans with overloading the bandwidth, smoking circuits threatening to blow. Smoking circuits threatening to blow. Nothing scarier than death, a life of indifference, faded in the walls, growing fat on bone, stumbled into the halls of the sin, just asleep in the vapor of the great unknown. If the world only knew, it might not have missed it. If the world only knew, if the world only knew, it might have existed. If the world only All right, thank you very much. If the world only knew. Oh, don't worry, I won't tell. If you wanna go and race some hell, test the water or jump head first in the well. 'Cause I ain't paying your bail, so you best keep out of jail. Don't call me if the sirens wail. 'Cause curiosity killed the cat. Well, I don't know about that. You think it might have been he let himself get too fat. The pedal to the metal for some takeout with the devil, shaking out the dust in the rust. Or maybe I should do more drugs. Dries the bone of its marrow, breaks the spirit in the wings of the sparrow. We all deserve a thrill, so don't be a buzzkill. take out with the devil, shaking out the dust in the rocks. Maybe I should do more drugs. So I'm just going to let that one be what it is, all right? You take it for what it's worth. Cheers, my friends. Really can't tell you how good it feels to get to play. Give me 1 second to get some tuning here. So many years ago in Chicago, there was a really cold winter night when I was going out from the city to see some old friends of mine, and I took the train, the commuter train, and we arrived. It was late at night. It was already dark out, and it was like one of those really, really cold nights. So it was like negative 15 degrees or something crazy like that, and I looked out the window of the train as we were going down the tracks, and off in the distance I started seeing different parts of the track literally on fire, like flames just out in the darkness. And it was really cool looking. It was also extremely terrifying because I didn't know what that was all about. And I came to learn later that when it gets that cold, they actually put a gel on the tracks where they switch, and they light them on fire so they don't freeze. And that's how they take care of that problem. It makes you wonder why you live somewhere that could be that cold. But the image of those tracks on fire was something that left a pretty big imprint in my brain. And I ended up taking that imagery and that phrase, tracks on fire, and writing this song, turned into the title track of an album. It's called Tracks on Fire. Well, I saw my mama smile as I lay there on the tile, studying the bleeding, focused on my breathing. Left home around sunset while my blood was still wet. Heard the dying horse whining, heard the dying horse whining. Saw them tracks on fire, tracks on fire. Get dispatch on the wire, I seen them tracks on fire. Hey, 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 hey. In an empty train station, 2 a.m. desolation. diesel dogs howling over frozen fields prowling, and the dark forests lurking, and the ice moons are working into my shoulders, into my shoulders. Along them tracks on fire, tracks on fire. In dispatch on the wire, I seen them tracks on fire. Hey, 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 hey. And I'm rolling past the grandstand on my way to Graceland. Bandanas round my wrist, sitting next to a pretty miss. The valley is a deep green, most beautiful I ever seen. Can hear the choir singing, I can hear the drums ringing, I can hear the choir singing, I can hear the drums ringing, I can hear the choir singing, I can hear the drums ringing, I can hear the choir singing, I can hear the drums ringing. Tracks on fire, yeah, I find my desire down in tracks on fire. Tracks on fire, tracks on fire, yeah, I find my desire down in tracks on fire. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Thank you. All right, so real quick, a couple of things. As I mentioned the other night, got a couple ways if you want to support it all. You can send what we'll call like a virtual ticket or a tip if you want to call it that, however you want to think of it. You can send it to PayPal or Venmo. Just use my email address. It's dan@dantedesco.com. Send $1, $2, whatever you want to send. No problem at all. And if you don't want to go that route, another thing I'd like to let you know is available is a special package I put together of my whole discography. It's a digital download, but it's everything I've ever released officially to date. And it's something, I don't know, it's like 80 some songs. And I'm doing it as a special offer right now, as pay whatever you want. So you could literally pay, I think you have to pay at least $1, but you could literally pay $2-3 for it if that's what you want to do. You can spend however much you want, however little. Not a big deal. I don't care at all. I just want you guys to have the music. So in a lot of ways, I prefer you even do that over sending money to PayPal or Venmo, because I'd love for you to have the records. So those are out there. Those are some options for you. Just want to make sure you know about it. And I'm going to get into a couple songs now from the most recent thing I've put out, which was an EP back in January. And it's titled Who Knows How Long This Will Last. It was put together as kind of like a companion release, or a part 2 if you want to call it that, to American Darkness, which again came out last spring. And I'm going to do the title of that EP for you now, right? And I don't want to say too much about this song because, well, it can go a lot of different directions depending on how you want to take it. But I think it's a pretty relevant one for where we are right now. So I definitely want to do this for you tonight. It's called Who Knows How Long This Will Last. The day I picked her up from school, she asked me, why are they so cruel? I saw the words written on her cast, but who knows how long this will last? Who knows how long this will last? And they send someone from the local news. Celebrities offer their views. The nation gasped during the broadcast. And who knows how long this will last? Who knows how long this will last? Congressman hurried through the rain. His parents chanted my girl's name. He raised his hands to shield the blast. But who knows how long this will last? Who knows how long this will last? Around and around and around we go. The headlines twist like a tornado. No answers to the questions asked. Who knows how long this will last? Who knows how long this will last? Thank you. So one more off this new EP. Did a song the other night called "Close It for the Season," which I said I'd written sort of in a, what you want to call it, a deep thought or a meditative place over the idea of control and how to deal with the things you can't control and the things that you can't control, and to find a place of balance in between those two places. I think this one sort of comes from a similar place. I wrote this in a hotel somewhere out in Wyoming or Montana before a show on a tour that was not going well, and I was very, very concerned about whether I was going to be able to keep doing what I was doing. And I wrote it very quickly from what I remember of it. And it's a simple song, but sometimes those are kind of the best ones. It's called "The House Always Wins." Standing at the table with your queen of hearts, the buzz coming on, counting them cards. It's the eye in the sky, he's zeroing in. What they call in the cooler, the house always wins. Get a few free drinks, maybe a few free meals, maybe a free hotel room. Ain't a bad deal. Just keep betting the odds, keep the wheel in the spin, and keep it in your mind. The house always wins. Tell your baby you love her, look her in the eye. Oh, you're doubling down now on a loaded die, stacking up your chips, maybe cash them in, 'cause sooner or later the house always wins. Sooner or later, the house always wins. Thanks very much. So also last night there was a song I played called Favorite of All Time. It's not about companionship, friendship, but people who pull you through, who you feel like you belong with. And I always feel like on every album I've put out, there's always one song that sort of hits on that, because to me, that's sort of what makes all the other stuff tolerable or survivable. So without that, man, you're really in a bad spot. That's what pulls us through, you know. It's a song called Looking for a Girl Like You. The work was so wise, and our place comes alive. Seen you playing the silver stripe, Tell me, would you be my moonshine Valentine? I've been looking for a girl like you. Been looking for a girl like you. I've been crawling through the crowds, pounding on the clouds, looking for a girl like you. Saturday night, just idling at the light, I've seen your spark plugs ignite, smiling neon bright. I was feeling alright, and I've been looking for a girl like you. I've been looking for a girl like you. I've been crawling through the crowds, pounding on the clouds, looking for a girl like you. Junkyards out of fenders, the bartender's giving me tenure. Well, maybe you could, maybe you should offer me your sweet surrender. I've been looking for a girl like you. I've been looking for a girl like you. I've been crawling through the crowds, pounding on the clouds, looking for a girl like you. I've been looking for a girl like you. I've been looking for a girl like you. I've been crawling through the crowds, pounding on the clouds. Just looking for a girl like you. All right, looking for a girl like you. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go to American Darkness with this next one. So that record has, I think I talked a little bit about the other night, and I've definitely posted about this online more than once. Big influence for those songs was the birth of our first child, our daughter, and there's one particular song on that record called "Before You Were Born," which very much I wrote kind of with the idea in mind of the responsibility that you have to your kids, and the responsibility and the promise of what it is that they provide. You know, they are the future, and it's up to us to make sure that they are a part of a good one. You know. It's called "Before You Were Born." Well, I used to drink too much and take my chances, stay in between the lines, state trooper glances. It was a coat I wore, but that was before you were born. That was before you were born. And many people been killed for the color of skin, told who to love, and what they felt was a sin, clipped like a thorn. But that was before you were born. That was before you were born. The darkness of our past now stretches out under the mold. We've been lost in our own hometown, on the streets we swore we knew, struggling to keep warm. Well, that was before you were born. And to watch her fight the pain on that early morning, to hear your first cry, nobody gave me warning. I could love something more, but that was before you were born. That was before you were born. That was before you were born. Thanks very much. Cheers once again. The future indeed. Alright, so I got one more for you tonight. Before I get into this, I did mention I'm still trying to figure it out. I'd like to maybe do tomorrow, or not tomorrow night, rather Thursday night, all on piano. So I'm going to work on that over the next day or so. I think I got an idea about how to set this up, and I think that would be a cool thing to get to do. It'd be fun to play that, and also I might even do a couple songs from some of these sets that I played on guitar on piano, because something that I think is really great about that instrument it's just, it brings out other qualities of the song, and it can actually give it a whole other, almost like a whole other interpretation, kind of like two actors delivering the same monologue, but doing it in their own different styles. So we'll see if I can make that work. We'll do that on Thursday. But see what else. Real quick again, if you want to make any kind of donation towards this show, you can do it on PayPal or Venmo at dan@tedesco.com, dan@tedesco.com for my email, or you can go over to my website and grab that discography, which is again all of my released music all wrapped up in a package. You can pay whatever you want for it. Take the music, enjoy it. Everybody's got a lot of time on their hands, so hopefully that'll keep you company over the next however long this may be. And I guess on that point, I'm supposed to start playing. I have some shows on my calendar. I'm supposed to start maybe doing things again in May, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. It might be a little later than that. So just hang in there with me, and we'll figure it out. These have been a lot of fun. Feel free to leave a comment if you'd like to see me do more of them. We've got 2 left this week, but I'll do these as much as anybody will care to listen. So definitely let me know if that's if you'd like to see some other stuff with this down the road a little ways. Okay, so for tonight we're going to close it out with something that I'm going to do for a very, very dear friend of mine who is going through a rough time right now. Hopefully she's listening out there. Christina, this one's for you, okay? Thank you for your fanship. You've been a real sweetheart. It's a song called Miss America, and this is really, in many ways, you could call it even a prayer for where we all are right now. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight and listening. Feel free to put the word out there to whoever else you think might dig what I'm doing here, and we'll see how the rest of these go this week, all right? I'll leave you with this, Miss America. She was sitting on the corner, the polish scratched off her nails, the blue ribbon up for sale, with a sign saying, "Can you help me? I'm a long way from home, hungry and alone." And she just drew up her knees and started rocking in the breeze to the rhythm of a rattling cup. And I wanted to say, but I did not know the way, Miss America, the sun is coming up, and the heels on her shoes were broken, dirt was in her hair. Folks tried not to stare, so I bought her a cup of coffee and a bar of soap. I hope she don't lose hope. She just drew up her knees, started rocking in the breeze, the rhythm of a rattling cup. And I wanted to say, but I did not know the way, Miss America, the sun is coming up. Oh, she just drew up her knees and started rocking in the breeze to the rhythm of a rattling cup. And I wanted to say, but I did not know the way, Miss America, the sun is coming. It's America. The sun is coming up. All right, my friends, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure once again. Thanks for tuning in and listening. I can't thank you enough for that. I will see you Thursday night, okay? 8 p.m. Central. Have a great night.